she always holds on. I always have coffee after I have breakfast. So you can see she's still lingering onto a fur-covered piece of toast. We just got up, just had breakfast, made coffee that I'm gonna have soon. She's gonna go to daycare, and we are gonna talk VLOGMAS. We are going to talk about rediscovering your identity based on a question from the lovely Kristen. Zara to school. I went to Home Depot to buy some wood for our upcoming wood project. And now I'm sitting down just to get ready for a bit of work, check my emails, and do the menstrual cycle mastermind. So that is a once a month meeting, or maybe twice a month. I host one and Ashley hosts one inside of the HA Society, where women can bring their charts or their specific questions, like about like menstrual charting and about periods and how it all works, and just to get feedback on like their specific protocol. So it's very like how to science and charting based. So it's always nice, just typically like 2, 3, maybe 4 people. And they just, often they're people who have already recovered their cycles or just trying to optimize. So I really enjoy that call. If that's something that you love, you should definitely be a part of the HA Society and a part of the Restore program that we're doing in January. That starts on January 10th, and that is where essentially you can do our 10-week program, but you'll also get full access to the society, so you can do the 10-week program and you can attend all of these calls. So it's just really good value, really. Okay, Vlogmas. Listener question. I'm gonna need to turn this super bright light down. Okay. I have a listener question that I really loved, so bringing it to the forefront. I don't know how I'm gonna answer it, but I'm gonna try. So Kristen writes in and she says, "Hi Danny, I have a requested topic that I think you are very well suited to cover. Rediscovering your identity in recovery, especially when it's taking you longer than 3 months to gain your first period and you are not spending tons of time at the gym anymore. I've really loved seeing you talk about this here and there, and I think it's such a huge topic that many would benefit from. I love your thoughts on it." Dude. Yes, so Ashley and I, strongly believe that you are not your HA, you are not the gym, you are not your diet, you're not any of those things. You're not anything. You're just you. And I think this is the big cool thing, is that you don't have to identify as anything. How's that? That's the biggest learning here. So when I first got into recovery, I actually started drawing, and I kind of became an illustrator. If you scroll far back enough on my Instagram, you'll see I like only posted drawings for a long time, and it really helped me in my recovery, and it really helped me feel like I was able to contribute something different to the world than just like losing weight. Not that, frankly, that was actually contributing anything to the world when you really think about it, but I guess I believed that it was. So when I was able to start contributing art, that felt really cool. But, you know, I actually don't really draw anymore. I kind of like stopped. I kind of finished up with it because it also wasn't my identity, you know. Now I'm actually really into like DIY projects. I'll show you some of the things that I've done. I would love to have a YouTube channel about DIYs. I did this wainscoting myself out of like scrap, actually, out of scrap gym platforms that were no longer being used. So isn't that like fitting, right? That this is old from gym materials that I wasn't using anymore, plywood that I created, my beautiful office design. You know, I love all of those things, and I might not be into them all forever either, and I don't have to be. And maybe I'm not even going to want to talk about HA later. Maybe I'm not going to want to own the HA Society anymore. But you know, as that business and as coaching clients gets busier, and as we launch the Restore program, and as we launch the coaching certification, like that becomes more and more a part of my life, but I still don't identify as it. You know who I am? I am Danielle Sheriff. I can have a short temper sometimes. I'm always learning. I think that I am a decent listener. I think that I'm good at lots of things. I think I'm not good at a lot of things. I think I have a great family. I think I'm a pretty good mom. I like love being a mom. Kind of. You know, but like I'm not like the gym. I'm not like a business owner. I'm not like I'm not identified as those things. Do you know what I mean? There's things that I do. And I think that's the real key, is go out and find some things you want to do, but say, maybe this is something I'll do forever, and maybe it's not. Maybe I identify as this, but probably not really. Like, you just don't have to identify as anything. So if the question, because I kind of get the vibe, it's like, I haven't been to the gym in 3 months, like, what do I do? You need to go and find some things, my dear, that you love. And it is as simple as that. And it is as simple as trying some things and then being like, nah, not into it, right? It's actually really cool and makes you more interesting that you do lots of different things, and you've tried lots of different things, and you have tried things and said, you know what, this isn't for me, right? I almost feel like the question itself is needs to be addressed. Why are you trying to find something else to fit yourself in? Realizing that maybe this box you put yourself in wasn't serving you, but then trying to find a different box to put yourself in is not the solution, right? How do you take yourself out of the box and just be like, hey, who am I? And trying to find a different box to fit yourself in is almost like trying to avoid discovering who you really are, and like having to be still with who you really are. So one thought exercise for you is, if you removed judgment completely, what would you do, right? So maybe it's like, well, I want to draw, but I'm a bad drawer, and people will think it's bad. Or I want to sing, but I'm not a very good singer. Or I want to learn an instrument, but I'm not very musical. Or I want to travel, but I'm afraid. Or I want to like do DIY projects, but power tools intimidate me, right? Like all these buts, all these reasons not to. If you removed that, what would you do? Scrape it all back. Just bring it all back. What would you do? If you could wave a magic wand and nothing was stopping you, what would you do? Pursue it. Go after it. That is the thing. And if your answer is, well, I would be super jacked, ripped, lean, I would have the perfect body. If that's your answer, okay, I mean, cool. But then I just want to know from you, like, what is that worth your health? Because if it is worth your health, then bloody go for it. Who am I to tell you how to live your life? But if it's not, then it's not really the answer. And we need to dig deeper. And really, that answer, that like I would be thin and I would be like a fitness model, whatever, that answer is the answer that makes you, that is how you think you're going to be loved, because it's a way to receive external validation from other people, right? So how do we do something different, right? How do we not approach HA recovery the same way we approached our diet and lifestyle, right? Not by seeking the approval of others. If you remove judgment and if you weren't trying to seek the approval of others, what would you go and do today? And I think that's an awesome question to ask yourself every single day, even through recovery, right? As you're looking at this meal that you don't want to eat, or you're looking in the mirror and you're feeling anxious about it, if you remove judgment from your reflection in the mirror, if you remove judgment from the meal you're about to eat, right? If you removed what you think are the repercussions of it, what would you do? Because the reality is, you probably can. You probably can remove judgment from that. You probably can eat that meal without the repercussion and fear that you think is happening. And that repercussion isn't just like gaining a pound. That repercussion in your head is actually like, well, if I gain a pound, that means my body's getting bigger, and that means I'm no longer worthy or loved or whatever. Like, you need to get super deep to the core and understand like why that is your fear, so you can move past it to really figure out what it is that you want and that you want to do, and that's actually going to make you happy, and that's actually going to serve your health. Or I don't know if that helps. I hope it does. I hope it does. Kristen and anyone else that resonates with. If you like this video, thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to this channel, because I release videos a whole bunch. You're only on day 3 or 4 or something of VLOGMAS. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you have a question or topic request for VLOGMAS, or just anytime in the future, please comment below, DM me on Instagram, or send me an email on our website. And we will see you guys tomorrow. I got coaching clients to get to. I gotta go.